Hi student, this is a video about the week number 6, that is the chapter number 7, organizing data for effective analysis. In this week, we will cover from the chapter 7, we will cover the level number 1 and level number 2. This chapter is very important because it's a little bit different from the information that you know about Excel. And it's important because it's one way that you will have to organize the data for making any analysis that you want. And in some time, you don't have the data in the correct way, especially in business. In business, you have the data in the different ways. And if the data is not organized, you cannot make the analysis, you cannot use the different resource that has Excel in order to find the correct information, find the different things that you can do with the data in Excel. We will see the chapter. The objective of the chapter is managing and analyzing large amount of non-numerical data using lists and a pivot table report. So we will see when we have basically non-numerical data, how we can handle with this data in order to have this data in order to have organized data. And the second part will be the pivot table. The function that we will see, we will have the function concatenate, find, left, right, search, today, twin, and year frac. This will be basically the most important function that we will use, that all of them are related with text data. How do you manipulate the text information? Level 1, the objective is importing and structuring text data in Excel worksheet. Import text data in the worksheet, concatenate values, convert text into column, analyze data by creating subtotal and create source and filter an Excel table. When you have in Excel, you have to working with text data. You can have one type of format of the data that is called the comma delimited file. This comma delimited file separates values in each record by comma. You have a record, you have one value, comma, another value, comma, another value, and each value separated by comma is represented in a column. But the data by Excel is separated by comma. One imported in the worksheet is value in a record appears in a separate cell. So this is, and the name is also comma separate value, or CSV. Is basically the name, is the extension, CSV for the data that has in the comma delimited data. In the real life, in the real business, the comma delimiter file are used a lot of, because you can have, every business has different way to handle the data that they receive, and one of them, and no all of them are organize data. So one important thing that need to do one person that work in a business is try to figure it out how to organize the data. And one of them is using the different steps that we will see right now in this chapter. This is a guide, okay? But in reality, when you have one specific information, you need to figure it out how you will do this one in order to convert in comma delimited file separated by column. That is the way that Excel works. Okay, what when you have the text data, we will have a goal. This will be the objective of this level of the chapter. Determine the format you need so you can find the best way to change unstructured data into structured data. You will have unstructured data, so that has a way that you cannot play with them, and you will need to create a structured data and change the format of unstructured data. In the book, they have one example. You will have a group of data that this group of data is in Notepad that you convert to the Excel, but has different address of different clients. You have different clients that have the different address. Every client has an address, has an information, but the information is in the way that like a label. You have the client name, you have the address, you have the city, you have the state, and you have the zip code, and you have the phone number. Okay, then you have another client, another address, the city, the state, the zip code, and the phone number, and so on. You have all this. You have all this data. What is the objective? You need to convert this data that is not organized in column. We need to convert this data in column. And to do this one, we will use a group of functions that Excel provides in order to do this. One of them is the concatenate function. This function combines values in a range of Excel into one text item in a new cell. The function is equal, concatenate, one text, comma, another text, comma, another text, and you have a group of text. How you do? In this case, we will use the concatenate. Remember, the objective is to concatenate, but with the comma delimited. So we need to add the comma for every field that we have, because we need to convert to the comma delimited file. Okay, so we use the first cell. This is A1. We say comma. We have concatenate with a comma. We have the A2, concatenate a comma, A3, concatenate a comma, A4, a comma, A5, a comma, and A6. We have the sixth field, A1 to exit, that is the original data, okay? So using the concatenate, we will do this. We have another function that is the write function that returns the last character in a text string, right? One the text and the numerous character, or the left function that extracts the character from the beginning or left side of the text string. This is a function that can be used. We have right, we have left, we have the mid that is in the middle. Also, we have in the middle, they have a different text string function. Then we have in the right, we want to obtain the last 5 digits, 5 characters of the text converter. Okay, but when we do this one, we saw that the last 5 characters is 233. Okay, because they have 2 spaces that we don't see here. So we will use another function that is the trim function that remove of the space in the text string except of the signal space between words. So the trim will remove the spaces from the beginning of the text and from the end of the text. And in the middle, no, they would remove them in order because they are spaces that we don't need, okay, using the trim. And for that reason, we can use the trim or string in each is select the string in A1, A2, A3, all of them, and then when we use the function, when we use the trim, at the end, with the right, we will have the correct value here. Okay. Another function is the find function. This find function, the find is the case sensitive and return the starting position of one text value with another text value. We have find in this text with that text with the start position. We have find and search do the same thing. The only difference is the find is the case sensitive and the search is not case sensitive. We have find and we have the search. We can have here a find function. We say find. We want to find the dash for the C value, C column. Okay, but if we don't have the dash, means that we have the value is not correct. Okay, and then we want then to remove all the unwanted row because this, and we will keep only with the value that we want. For example, in this case, when we make this conversion, we use the 1 to 6. So the row 2 is wrong, the row 3, 4, 5, 6, but row 7 is correct. Okay, so we need to take the 1, the 7, and continue. And then we need to remove these values that are this row that are wrong, and then we keep with the correct values, and then with this one we can sort and remove the invalid data. And we can sort the information, and we have here all the a group of a function, common function to manipulate data. This is one example, but in the real life, it's possible that you will need to use another function depending of the situation that you will have in the real problem. It's depending of the data that you will have. So you need to have an idea that how it works, what is the problem, what is the you need to focus, what is the problem that you need to convert unsorted, on organized data in column with the comma data. This is my goal. And then we will have another the string, the upper, the value. We have other data. And then when we have the data converted, we can convert text to column wizard to convert by column. They have two ways to do this one. When we have the data with the delimited, with one delimited that could be comma, could be tab, could be space, could be whatever character that you want to delimit it. What is the delimiter for the column? Or fixed length that you said, I want to, from the position 1 to 10, I want this column for the position 11 to whatever, to 12. Okay, and then you make this, you make the column in that way. They have two ways to parse the text. One is with the delimited value, or other is with the field with a specific field width. And we select how is the way. We make the conversion. We make the source. And that's it. We have the data. Another way that we can have when we have the data organized is to the Excel table. We select a range of columns and we want to have an Excel table that you select the range of do formalize in a single unit as many features that are not available. You can validate, you can sort, you can filter, you can protect the integrity of the data, but they have the limitation. They have the limit from this and number of columns. The entire workbook will be loaded into memory, and this is a big limitation that we have this way. We convert in column, we convert in a table, and that table we can sort, we can find, we can filter, and that is the information that we have. Sort, filter, add data, and use form of this data that we have. This is the information. Before we make to the summary of this level, we can have in the level chapter 7 level 1 figure, we have the different tabs that I made some modifications. So in the first figure, we have this information that the first 6 columns. Then this is the original data, this unorganized data. The next, we use the concatenate. We say concatenate A1, comma, A2, comma. We can concatenate the first 6 columns, okay? And then with this one, we make the copy, we paste. And we have the data here, okay? And the next figure, that when we have the data in that way that I show you here, we need to obtain the right 5 characters. We have this one using the right, so we need to trim. Use the trim. If this is indeed example, it's possible that all examples need to use another function. Okay, we obtain the right using the 5 characters because we want to find the dash. Okay, we obtain using the trim. We obtain the value, And with this one, we obtain the find, and we obtain the value that has 1 are correct, the values that have number value are incorrect, okay? But another way to put this one, a better way is to use the if-ever function. We said if instead of find directly, we can use if error find dash comma C1. If this error is correct, if not, we put the value incorrect. So we make this one, we copy down. So we have this one. So instead of have this one, we have this one. So I will delete this one because I will use this one. Find, it uses the find. The other is to copy. Here we have formulas, okay? But we cannot play with the formula. So I need to copy all this information, to select copy, and in the new tab, we paste the value. We paste the value, okay? We paste the value, so this is the value. So copy all the data to a new tab, okay? But copy all the data, not the formula, or the values that have. Then, here, we are going to select all of them. I will source with the data. I will source with the column D. And then when we sort, we will have the data that we need. The rest of the data that is incorrect, I select all this data. And we delete the data, okay? So we have sort and eliminate the incorrect data. Then I will copy this information that is the correct. I copy in a new tab, okay? In a new tab. This is only the information that we need. And then what we will do, I put this one here, we will make the convert text to column. So I will do here, I select the data, this data, we select text to column. We have the two ways by delimited or by fixed week. If I select fixed week, they will when we move, I need to select what are the column. For example, I move the next, and I need to mark in what place I want to put the column. Okay, this is the fixed width, but I don't want the fixed width. I want the delimited. Okay, and I will to select by comma because I prepare my data using the comma. So by comma, this will be one column, this will be another column, this will be another column, and then I select the different column. I select next, I select what is the data type that has every column. I put general, and when I finish, okay, and I have the information in that way. I I will go back because I don't want to delete the information in here. So I have the information here in column. I will put at the header, company name, address, city, state, seat, and phone. I will sort. I select all of them. I can sort. Remember to sort the sort. I can sort by company name. I can add another address, or can by city, whatever, and then I change. I can change this one in that way. Okay, another way. The other thing that is that when you have the information, I can select all the data and I can insert a table. I select OK, and then I convert to a table. What happens with the tables? If I want to change, okay, everything is in a constant, but suppose that I want to see only the Eagle River, or only the record that have the Eagle River. I select here, I unselect all, and select Eagle River. I select OK, and I have only 2 records of the Eagle River. I can select all, go back to data. So means that you have the data in the correct way, in one way that is good for to work with this. This is in level 1. We have importing data using Excel function, transform the delimited data. We can create subtotal, welcome data is stored in the Excel table. What is the information that you need to do? You have a specific video that explain the level 1 completely. I made one idea, but open the week 6 chapter 7 assignment, open the week 6 chapter 7 exercise, open the lecture, that is this lecture, open the chapter 7 video, that is the chapter 7 level 1, open in the book from the page 427 to 449, imported data, and structuring text data in Excel worksheet that is covered in the video. Watch the video, and if you don't understand, repeat this step. When everything is done, when you understand, go to the week 6 chapter 7 exercise and make the exercise requested for the level 1. Okay, this is for level 1. Level 2 is basically how do you import stored data in a database into Excel, use date and time calculation, and use the pivot table. Basically, the most important is the pivot table and using the pivot chart. Okay. A database, we have different concepts here. That is database accepts or related data that is stored in tables. This data is very organized. One table is a collection of fields that describe a specific entity. A field is a single characteristic of the entity. A record is a set of fields that describe one product or person. And the database management system is a software program that creates and access data in the database. A lot of business use the database. A lot of business use the database. If you work with the business that use the database, you will be have access the database so you can convert some data from the database to Excel in order to manipulate in Excel. Okay, this is one specific topic. Database provided structure ensures that the right data is available and protected. A spreadsheet provides analytical power and flexibility, reduce data redundancy by storing data in related tables in a normalized database. Okay, you set your data in your database, you want to import the table, and then with this one, you will import. You select, you said import data, you will select what is the table that you want, in what place do you want, and they will import the data. We have another function that is calculation function with day and time. One function is the today function. Year flag calculate the number of years between the 2 days. Here is a group of day and time function that you can use in the future. You have another function related with day and time. And now we are going to see what is the pivot table report. Pivot table report is a dynamic report. It's an interactive report that lets you summarize and analyze a data set. You have your data. With the pivot table, you can see the data in the different angles, in the different ways, and it's interactive. Means that you can interact, obtain interactive report with a dynamic organization of the data that can be pivot to examine data from various perspectives but rearrange its structure. Best used to analyze data that can be summarized in multiple ways. How do you do? You obtain your data, you say, I want to create the pivot table, and pivot table has different structures. When you have the pivot table, you have the report area, the field area, the filter, the column, the row, the value, and the different tools that has the pivot table. With this information, you can figure it out. You can find the data that you have in the pivot table. To add data in the pivot table report, you need to drag field that you want to summarize to a drop area of the report. The row area display the data from the field in row. The column area display data from the field in column. The values area summarize data from the field. And you can see the same original data in the different way. You can have field a report similar to this one, data in row, you have data in column. In that way, you can source or filter data, obtain the formula to make the different calculator, and you can make the chart. You can use the chart. In the level 2 figure, suppose that we have this data. You have this data that is in a one table. You obtain all the columns that you want, and then we select all the data we select all the data, and we select insert pivot table. Another way, when you select pivot table, you will create a pivot table by scratch. But it's possible that Excel is intelligent. So you can, when you select your data, the first thing that to do is to select recommended pivot table. And then when you say OK, they will show you what are the pivot table. In this case, they don't show me any recommended. They show me the information from scratch. Let me delete this one and go to this one. This is the pivot table information that we have. The area that you have the pivot table. You have the field selected. You have the filter. You have the column, row, and value. If I select company, I select company in row. Okay, we have the company row. If I select the total sale is in the values, but I can change this one from here to here, and we will be here in that way. I can add to filter instead of zoom. I can change, instead of zoom, I can change the average, the maximum, the minimum, the product. I can format the column. So you can play with this one, and you can have dynamic data in the way that you have. This is very important. Not everybody knows this one. This is an advanced information of Excel that is for persons that work with business. Knowing pivot table is a key to a job. If you know Excel, but it's not only the format, you have advanced information. So it's important that you try to learn this information, that you study this information. Then we can have this information in that way. The level 2 summary is using database, understanding how Excel store work with the data type, and create and using pivot table. The same thing, what to do in the chapter 7, level 2. You have the assignment, you have the exercise, you have the lecture. Open the video on level 2, read from 450 to 472. Watch the video, repeat this process as many times as you need, and then when you are ready, do the exercise for level 2. The general chapter is to convert import to unstructured data to structured data, and to use the pivot table. I hope that this will help you to try to understand. Remember, you need to watch the 2 videos for every level and try to do. If you have any question, let me know. Thank you.